Good evening, children. There are one or two things I wish to tell you, which I am sure would be of use. You should want to leave something back, like what your seniors did. I am very confident that masters would leave a very strong mark. I wish to say something about happiness. We normally advocate, appreciate, welcome and celebrate children who study very well and enter into prestigious colleges. But there is one question that irks me, and that is, why do MBBS candidates commit suicide? Why do IITians hang themselves? What does it mean? It means happiness has a little variation with academic pursuits. So people who accomplish very big things are also not happy. Shall we say so? The topper of a school can be sorry. The most notorious backbencher can be happy. Possible. This is the irony of life, for which there is a very important formula which I want all of you to carry with you. Remember this sentence. Every criminal has a great future if he tries for it. Every saint, every hermit has a bad history. Happiness is completely in your hands. As one of our boys was saying, like the butterfly in the hands of the boy, the mischievous boy who wanted to test Buddha. The life of the butterfly is in your hands, he told. To act is a different story. To act, you should have a little more sturdiness of character. And that is what is very important for every Sunbeamian. What is character? Character is habit. And what is habit? Habit is something that you repeatedly do. Anything that you repeatedly do becomes your habit. And when it becomes a habit, it's very difficult to leave. You got into the habit of coming to school in the morning, leaving in the evening. You never left it in the middle. Other than the vacation, entire life was spent on getting up in the morning, coming to school, going back in the evening home. Am I right? It became a habit. And once you come to school, the teachers, the classes, the friends, the assignments, the tests, the games, and all these noise that we are concerned and connected with the school life. Every one of our activities, it all became a habit. I'm talking about happiness. Happiness comes out of habit. Just like you came to school regularly, attended classes regularly, and when you grew into 14, 15, and you started thinking in a different way, you got into the adolescence, where you were unsure about whether you are a boy or a man, a girl or a woman. The adolescent age comes a problem of indiscipline. I'm trying to analyze problems. So the habit gets broken. A little bit of indiscipline comes in. Parents are very annoyed. And when I talk about parents, I must tell you one interesting thing. Boys, you will become like your father, 45-year-old, grey hair partly, some with pot belly, slightly sunken, some with chronic diseases like diabetes. How many of you ever thought that girls, you will become like your mothers? Did you think? Mothers quite hefty? Yes. Did anybody think? We don't think. But is it not a fact that all of you, my boys, will become like your fathers, and all of you, my girls, will become like your mothers? Will you become or not? You will. But we never think. And that is why we tend to become unhappy. If we can reason out with intelligence and realize the fact that we are going to become more and more like our fathers and mothers, go through the rough shots of life, we will have to get children, we'll have to raise a family, we'll have to earn money, have a living, we'll have to become respectable citizens, we'll have to mind a huge tradition called family tradition. We never think about it. You may think I am boring you. I am only trying to give you a hint of the pathway to happiness. Happiness can come to you through habits. Habits can come to you through repeated action on something. And if that action could be productive, meaningful, with a far-sighted vision of use to the future, to keep you happy. I'm not saying you must study and then only you will be happy. I started and told you IITians commit suicide. Don't they? Doctors commit suicide. Actors commit suicide. Day before yesterday I saw one popular actor in Mumbai. He has got assets worth 790 crores. Still he is not happy. The best cars, the best bungalows don't make people happy. So there is something in between which is missing. It's not money alone. It's not studies alone. It's not the job. It's not the prestige. It's not the status. It's not the position. There is something in between connected to happiness in a different way. And what is that? My dear children, that happiness which I was trying to tell you, that comes out of habits, is the only thing that can give you perpetual glory, everlasting glow, peace, charm. And that is why everybody, when they come to the stage and talk, they are particular about giving you advices, talking like a sermon, giving like a moral science class, like a lecture, because they believe it's very important. I'm not going to say that. I'm going to tell you something which one of our boys, when he was announcing, said. He said about Bernard Shaw. Bernard Shaw said, happy is the man who doesn't go searching for circumstances, who doesn't go searching for an environment that would suit him. Happy will be the man who will create an environment. He will create an environment that will suit him. What does it mean? What does it mean? What does Bernard Shaw try to express to us? You may be one among the 300 children, but you don't have to walk with all the 300. If somebody says, at this age, you have to do this, you have to be like this, you have to dress like this, you have to do this, you don't have to be carried away. You should create your environment. You should be independent. You must think for yourself. When everybody wants to go to IIT, you don't have to. When everybody wants to go to MBBS, you don't have to. It need not be engineering for all. It need not be lawyer for all. Just because 2 of my friends are becoming lawyers, I don't have to become. You should create a habit that makes you happy on a Now some of you may be tempted to tell me, sir, my habits are making me very happy. I spend 2 hours in Facebook and 2 hours in Instagram, and am I happy? What is the problem for you people? Like my father and mother, you and the correspondent and the teachers and the principal. Why don't you leave me to be happy? My dear child, the problem with happiness is the length of the happiness. Life is very long. Your Facebook and your Instagram is not going to give you long time happiness. You will go crazy if you watch it for more than a few months continuously. Your very thought process will be stunted. You will become an idiot because you can't think anything bigger. Of course, you can see the same cell phone. There is something called YouTube, which has got many useful things. There are wonderful things in YouTube. So, you should choose what will make you happy on a long term. That's very important. That's what Shah says. There are so many good books. There are so many good programs. And you, particularly from Sunbeam, you are imbibed with the ability to broaden your horizon. You are speaking so well. You are well versed in English and your other language. You have a capacity to do rational thinking. You are already a towering personality. When every one of you come to stage or off stage, when we look at you, we understand that there is a certain level of maturity, confidence, courage, and capacity to understand things. I don't think anybody can cheat you now. Not after finishing 12th standard in Sunbeam Cbse. So, with one simple exercise, your whole life can be made happy, which I am going to tell you now. One simple exercise. We usually end the day before we sleep. Is it right? We go to sleep in the night. Before we go to sleep, normally many of us would think about what went wrong. Who made you unhappy? There is one idiot box inside your mind which constantly does something called narration. There will be a continuous story, talking story going on in your mind. Your mind would be normally talking to you, your perfect perennial companion. Today, as you go home and you begin to sleep, please remember my face. Think of me and think of this exercise. Very simple exercise. Instead of telling yourself what went wrong today, who cursed me, who made fun of me, who frowned at me, who stared at me, who made comments on me, who disowned me, who talked behind me, leave aside all those things. Please ask yourself one question. What went right today? Will you do that? Just before going to sleep, ask only one question. What went right today? Try to recollect. There may be many things. If you are lucky, if you are happy, if you wish to be happy, there may be many things, but at least I can guarantee you, every human being in the world will have one thing, at least one thing. Think of it and then go to sleep. You may be wondering, what foolish idea, what's going to come of it? That is what is the merit of a habit, the strength of a habit. Start thinking like that daily. Daily before sleep, you please think of it. What went right today? What's good about today? What's a happy occasion today? What made me happy today? What's very good today? Daily, if you ask more and more, it becomes a habit. As you know, all the neurons of your brain will get accustomed to that. And you know about the AI theory of the brain. It wishes to do the same thing again and again. That's why when you are a little disruptive, you become more and more disruptive. When you are a little mischievous, you become more and more mischievous, because your brain loves habits. So when you begin to think good about yourself, when you ask what went right, you ask daily, you ask 10 days, 20 days, 1 month, 6 months, it becomes a habit. You get addicted to it. You will lead a very happy life, and you would thank me for that in the future if only you do it. If you don't do that, and if you listen to this foolish narration that goes on in the mind about negative things, even God can't save you. Masters, you have a name, Masters. I hope and pray that you master this habit, finding out what went well. I pray and promise, Masters, that you will become masters of the universe. You will become wonderful role models to many a generation that's to come from Sunbeam. I look forward to the day when many of these masters community children should come to the school as proud achievers, and more than proud achievers, happy people. During Fest, I met at least 20 senior children, right from 1997, the first batch of plus 2 of Sunbeam, who are actually now 42 years old. They are all big daddies and mummies. They came and narrated their story of happiness. They say they feel like coming back home. They say they feel like proud children of this fraternity. When they say they are happy, we are very happy. Not when they say they are very rich, or not when they say they are very popular, not when they say they are big doctors or MDs or super speciality people. No. When a senior child comes back and says, "Sir, I am happy, I am contented, I have a good family, my children are doing good, my family is happy, I have become a useful citizen," particularly children who were mischievous. When those children come back and tell us that this school could imbibe in them the spirit to be happy, the way to learn to be happy, we are really very happy. Best wishes, Masters. This is a magnificent farewell party, because many wonderful speeches by my children, and many of the teachers also spoke damn well. It's really, really very nice. I love you all very much. Thank you so much.